Okay. Well, welcome everyone. We are here with the amazing Dr. Nikita Shah, who is going to share with us her journey of entrepreneurship, her journey of growing her brand new practice that is actually doing very well, and all of the lessons in between. So, Dr. Shah, welcome.
Thank you. So I'm Nikita Shah. I'm an obesity medicine doctor and a family medicine physician in Orlando, Florida. And I am the founder of Weight Sense Lake Nona.
So tell us a little bit about Weight Sense
Yeah.
and what you do there.
So I provide science-based obesity medicine and personalized treatments. So within my practice, my patients basically get concierge weight care. They have me as their doctor, leading them on their weight loss journey to make permanent health changes.
Well, that's really great. You know, the reason why I love what you do is because I talk to so many physicians, and you'd be surprised how many physicians really have a passion for weight loss and a passion for helping people make the transitions that they need to make in their lives and, make those changes. But they haven't done it. They're either doing family medicine or they're doing something, but they haven't made weight loss their primary um you know uh their primary thing of practice, so they haven't done that yet. And you did that, and you started off not having your own practice. So can you rewind a little bit and tell us what happened? How did you go from, what, I'd really love to focus on this, to actually doing it?
So when I first came to EBS, I had started my practice off as a side gig. So I wanted to have my family medicine practice and also have my obesity medicine clinic. And I did both of them and it was good, but I knew I had to make a big decision. So my first big hurdle that EBS helped me go over was kind of just come to peace with shifting from my employed practice, which was actually a wonderful practice. I love the people there. Um, Great support, like it was all these things, but it did not match my overall vision for my life and also for the work and the contributions I want to make in the world.
Mhm.
So and I still will get sad when I think about it, but I didn't have one of those stories where I was in an environment that I disliked. So I was in an environment that I actually loved, but I wanted to do more.
Yes, that's
So
wonderful.
EBS helped me find peace with that and go all in on my private practice. Within that, the journey, my first vision retreat and the first goal was really to create a practice style that was in line with my own life and my own personal belief system. So I wanted to have priority for my children, the work schedule I wanted, and be there for all the things that matter to me. So the first year after the vision retreat, I did it all. I got the schedule I wanted. I set myself up, it's been really great. So then second vision retreat, so we go on these vision retreats every year and we write things on. So the second one, I wrote down my vision retreat, like at the vision retreat, I wrote down my goals. Now, the lessons from the first vision retreat were like, after I did it all, I go, oh, I didn't dream big enough. Like, I thought it was really scary at the time, but I clearly didn't dream big enough to grow large enough. But I made that first journey. So while in EBS, talk about tangible and intangible wins. So like my intangible wins is actually identifying like what's on the horizon where I'm trying to go, and then like allow for the time and the skill necessary to meet those benchmarks. So I continued within the school because now I see the amount of the mindset that I need to succeed. And
Mhm.
if I really want to live out my visions for my practice and for the contributions I make to the world, that ideally will be beyond me, then I need to adapt a certain type of mindset and I need to adapt a certain skill level. And I need to not just dabble in things, but to do the work and do it well.
Okay.
So most recently, at the beginning of this year, after many life changes, I'll say January of this year is when I went all in on my business.
Yeah.
Even though I had it as a side gig, like January is really like my time
Hmm.
where I started. At the beginning, there's a lot of uncertainty. I am in a cash pay, direct pay industry. And there's been a number of times, so this is like my tangible wins, where I would get scared and nervous, and I would think about changing the models, but the models, with Dr. Uno would share with us, like, was not in line with my vision for myself and my life, and then also the type of care I want to deliver.
Okay.
So I had to just find peace in the fact that, like, the kind of care I want to deliver, the math doesn't math up. And it's not even financially, but it's like time wise.
Yes.
So I know that for transformations to occur, for my patients to have the best experience with me, we don't need insurance in the mix at the moment. Like, it's not going to add up because
Mhm.
patients need access to their doctor to guide them along the journey. So Dr. Una gave me this rule of, like, just give it 6 months. And so I did.
Was that scary? How was that? Because you're there in the midst of the practice, right? You know that your patients need your time. You know that your patients need, what the insurance-based model is not offering them. But you're also looking at the bottom line. I mean, you're also looking at, DPC is not, you're not getting reimbursements, it's not getting, so how was that for you when Dr. Una said, give it 6 months? What did you?
So it was scary, but I knew that this was it. Like, I still know that this is how I wish to practice. This is the type of practice. There's plenty of evidence everywhere for things that
Wow.
work. And so it was mainly just like sitting with it. And then anytime I'd want to change positions, I would say no. I told myself 6 months. So then 6 months came,
Mhm.
and things have been really well, so much so that I am, like, adding on and, like, growing my practice in different ways. So we talk about team building. So I am still a micro practice, but I do have two assistants that help me. And
Wonderful.
to know that my team is growing to that next level, and to also know that I'm still matching it to the care that I wish. So now I put my CEO hat on and think, like, okay, these are the things I know to do. And I
Mhm.
learned this in the business school. And these are, like, truthfully, you have to be, as a business owner, you have to objectively look at yourself too. So through EBS, I've learned how to evaluate myself and my progress and know that I'm still in it to grow. So I look at it and see, where can I make my changes? What can I do? And how will I continue to get better? So in other areas, and, like, I wanted to have a business before I was an EBS. And
Mhm.
the 2015, 2016 version of me was just so scared, so frazzled, so overwhelmed by all of these things that I could not put through. So I just put my head down and continued to be employed. But,
Yeah.
like, the post EBS and the current version of me recognizes that this is this is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, but with support and community,
Mhm.
I can do it. The biggest wins from this year so far, are actually pretty crazy, but I've spoken at a number of conferences.
Wow.
I spoke at the Obesity Medicine Association. I have become a leader in my community. I've given talks to the Florida Medical Association.
Mhm.
I have some talks scheduled for December, and I'm discovering things that I didn't know about myself that I actually enjoy. So it's like I didn't imagine being a speaker, but it's occurring now. And I like it. I like educating on this topic because it's passionate for me. The second thing is, I've had a lot of family things going on in the past year. Family members passed away, family members becoming very sick. And one of the barriers from leaving employed practice to being an owner, sorry, was always like, if I'm employed, I know someone can take over my schedule,
Mm.
monitor it, so I wouldn't have to worry. But I'm able to do it in this way too.
Yeah.
So that was always important to me. Sorry I say, because, like, one of them was my dad recently.
Yeah.
Um, but to be able to have your practice function and to be able to have patients that understand that,
Mhm.
like, hey, there's going to be 2 or 3 days out, but, like, her father's having something serious going on.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So I think I wouldn't have, like, even attempted anything like that before pre-EBS. Like, I would have just thought, no, people have expectations that you have to be there this many hours, this many times, despite whatever you're going through. And I think that's a narrative we're told in medicine, but now I kind of see, no,
Yeah.
there's a humanistic side of it. And
Yeah.
I am also human. and
Doctors,
humans have
yes.
emergencies occur.
You're also human, you're also important, you also have needs. And you know, that is that I've noticed that trend throughout everything that you're saying. I don't know if you've noticed it from the very beginning, even from year one, when you're talking about your vision board. You talked about how you realize, even as an employed physician where your business was just a side gig, you're just trying it out.
Yeah,
You talked about how it you were doing things, but it wasn't resonated with what you really wanted. What you really wanted was to prioritize family. What
yeah,
you really wanted was to prioritize yourself. And then you really wanted to prioritize time, you know, and you were able to do that year one.
yep,
And then year two, it's like, okay, now I'm gonna go full on my business. You know, I've gotten, you know, handle on my personal life the way I want it. Now I'm gonna go full on my business. But I'm not just gonna do business just to do business. I'm not just gonna, you know, hang my shingle and just see patients. I'm gonna do it in a way that speaks to me. I'm gonna do it in a way that I know my patients need, and I'm going to do it in a way that also benefits, you know, my life as well. And I love that. I
yeah,
love that because it's a win-win-win situation. Everyone wins. You win, the patients win. You know, so it's, you know, it's wonderful, and I'm so proud that you have that, and I'm so happy for you because I, you know, you mentioned something that is so profound, and I think a lot of doctors listening to you can relate and can empathize with you. You know, being in that position where you feel like, I'm a doctor, I'm a professional, I need to do what's best for the patient at all times, even at, you know,
at our own expense.
at your own expense. Yeah.
So those have been a lot of the tangible and intangible pieces of the journey. I think the next step, or like what EBS has helped me with, is we call it like avoiding shiny objects.
Yeah.
And that has been a lesson because when we're in this, there are many things that come our way, many opportunities, some things that'll pull you off of like the map. And what I've really started to understand is like what I see for myself, what I see for my practice, the direction I wish for it to grow. And I'm able to discern, like, yes, this is for me, or no, that's not for me. And I'm finding peace through that journey. So to me, it's to be a business owner and not being frazzled about all the complexities of business, and then allowing time to grow your audience, to grow visibility in the community, to become like a household name regarding your industry. Like those, I think those concepts are just not talked about enough.
Hmm.
And overnight successes aren't overnight successes.
No. They've been
um,
working at it.
yeah. So I think those are my biggest wins. And I know that with what we are all trying to achieve in community, it's awesome. And I like having a group of people that I can go to and connect with and ask questions to, be inspired by, and not compare. Like I don't feel like I am less than or not equal to or any of that as well. It's just we're all here to learn something, to grow and to be better. And we are really just a supportive group of people.
Yeah, you know, that's a common thread I hear in EBS. Anytime I interview someone, and you know, I don't, it's just amazing that they all say the same thing. They all say this is such a, not just a supportive group, but they always use the word that it's not competitive, that we're all here, we're at different stages. And people outside EBS always ask that, like, how, I mean, you're all at different stages of business. How does it work? You know, different stages, different types of businesses. I
Mhm.
mean, you're in private practice, but there's private practice that's insurance based. There are people that are coaches in EBS. There are people that, you know, have products, have apps, but there's no sense of competition whatsoever. It's all supportive. and
Yes.
and and I just love that you've been able to find value in that, and it has helped you personally. So that's amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that.
Yes, it is. It's great. And I think the beauty is we all learn from different industries too.
Hmm.
So that's also powerful being in the room, is knowing that like in this industry, they're doing it that way and let me adapt it to my
Hmm.
style. And then you also see that the model you're after, like it's how it works out in a different area. So it's awesome.
That is so good. So we want to support you too, Dr. Shah. We want to send lots of patients. Are you
Thank
still
you.
accepting patients?
I am accepting patients.
Wonderful. We want to send lots of patients to you. So let us know. First of all, let us know how we can find you. We want to connect with you on social media. So if anyone watching or listening wants to connect with you, how can they connect with you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram at Nikita Shah DO. And
Mhm.
then my website is weight-sense.com. And on my website, all my social links are on there.
Okay, weight-sense.com.
Mhm.
I love that weight sense. That's beautiful.
Thank
That
you.
is so good. And you're in the Florida area?
I'm in Orlando.
Orlando. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is so good. So refer to Dr. Shah. What's your ideal patient? Who is your ideal patient?
Anyone who wants sensible weight loss. There's like anyone who wants evidence-based, sensible, realistic weight loss, like that's my person.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is so exciting. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for where your business is headed. I mean, you're at the point now where you're building a team. You just really started full-fledged in your business as of January. You're
Absolutely.
already building a team. I mean, I'm excited for the next vision retreat. If you don't know, in the EntreMD Business School, we have a vision retreat once a year. And phenomenal results come from that retreat. So I'm excited of what you're going to put on your vision board next year because every year it's been everything you've put has happened.
It has. I am kind of scared, but it'll be good.
We need to dream even bigger, right?
Exactly. That's the thing, is just keep dreaming bigger. It happens.
Yes, yes, yes. And another thing that I really love about your story is the life that you've created for yourself and for your family. That a life that is uncompromising, but at the same time aligns with all your values,
Mhm.
and at the same time also does it gives allows you to give the best care to your patients. You
Yeah.
are winning, girl.
I can't complain. When I look at that, I just feel blessed. These are good
Yes,
things.
yes, you are. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Shah. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us today. And let's flood Dr. Shah's timeline with love and appreciation and patience. Share,
Thank
share,
you.
share, share. All right, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.